If your plants look weak, pale, slow, or stuck, the problem is usually not that they need more fertilizers. The real problem is that they need the right nutrients in the form they can absorb quickly. In this video, I will show you 5 natural fertilizers that can start working almost instantly because they are soluble and immediately available around the root zone. But there is one important warning before we begin. Instant does not mean careless. And as we go through this video, you will see why using the right forms of application is rather more important than which fertilizer you use. Most gardeners make the same mistake every single time. They see a struggling plant and they throw anything organic at it. But organic does not automatically mean safe. Too much of the wrong natural fertilizer can burn roots, raise soil pH, attract pests, or push leaves at the expense of flowers and fruit. So as we go through these 5, I want you to listen for 3 things: what each fertilizer gives the plant, when to use it, and when not to use it. But the last one is the most common kitchen waste people throw away, but when prepared correctly, it becomes a fast potassium feed for your plants. And before we get into the list, remember this simple idea. Plants do not eat fertilizer the way we eat food. Roots absorb nutrients dissolved in water. That is why these 5 work faster than any dry material left on top of the soil. They put nutrients into a form the plant can access sooner, especially when the soil is already moist and the plant is actively growing. Now, a quick sponsor note here before the first fertilizer. Protecting your garden starts with giving the roots the right environment. And protecting your digital money starts with keeping your private keys out of risky online environments. That is why this video is sponsored by One Key Hardware Wallet, a cold storage wallet built to help you secure crypto assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum while keeping your keys under your control. And that idea of protection matters here because the first fertilizer on this list does not just feed the plant, it protects the entire root zone in a way most gardeners overlook. Click the link in the description box or use my promo code FARMINNOVATOR to get 10% off all purchases. Now, this first fertilizer makes my list because it does something many natural fertilizers cannot do quickly. It feeds the plant while also waking up the soil around the roots. You see, when a plant looks tired, slow, or stressed after transplanting, heat or heavy rain, or repeated watering, the issue is often not just missing nutrients. The root zone itself may be weak, dry, compacted, or biologically inactive. And what makes this fertilizer special is the balance. It is not the strongest option on this list, and that is why it deserves a place here. It gives the plant a gentle liquid feed while bringing beneficial life back into the soil. So instead of forcing one nutrient too hard, it supports the whole system. And here is why it can work fast. The plant does not have to wait for a solid amendment to break down. The nutrients are already suspended in water, so they move into the root zone quickly. And when the root zone improves, the plant can begin absorbing nutrients more efficiently. A good time to use compost tea is after transplanting. When a seed is moved, its roots are disturbed, and even if the plant survives, it may pause for several days. Compost tea gives the root zone a gentle push without forcing the plant with a harsh dose. It is also useful after heavy rain because rain can wash away nutrients deeper into the soil and leave the upper zone weaker than before. So, to make compost tea, place manure compost in a breathable cloth or mesh bag. Steep it in clean water for about 1 to 2 days. Stir it or aerate it if possible. Then strain it. Now to apply it around the base of your plant, preferably in the morning or late in the afternoon. Do not use unfinished, smelly or rotten compost. Good compost tea should smell earthy, not foul. If it smells bad, do not put it on your plants. Now, compost tea is gentle and forgiving and excellent for recovery. But the next fertilizer is not so gentle. It is mineral rich, fast, and useful for flowering plants and fruiting plants. But if you apply it carelessly, it can quietly create a serious soil problem. This fertilizer is especially valuable when plants need support for stronger stems, improved fruit development, and better stress tolerance. This fertilizer specifically contains potassium and calcium in a form that can become available faster than many dry materials. But this is also why it must be handled with discipline. This fertilizer does not just feed your plant, it also affects the soil itself. And the reason you cannot use it carelessly is that it is alkaline. So if your soil is already alkaline, or if you are growing acid-loving plants, too much of it can raise the soil pH and make some nutrients harder for the plant to absorb. And that means a fertilizer meant to help can actually create a deficiency problem. That fertilizer is wood ash concentrate. Used carefully, it can give potassium and calcium support to flowering and fruiting plants than you can imagine. But if you use it carelessly, it can push the soil in the wrong direction. This fertilizer is especially interesting because potassium affects how plants move water, build stronger tissues, and support flowering and fruit development. When potassium is low, plants may look weak even when they are getting enough nitrogen. So you may see poor fruit size, poor flowering, or plants that seem unable to handle stress well. But wood ash is alkaline. You must not treat it like ordinary compost. If your soil already has high pH, adding more ash can lock up nutrients such as iron and make the plant look deficient even when nutrients are present. That is why the correct mindset with wood ash is not more is better, but the correct mindset is small, diluted, and occasional. Now, to prepare it, you have to mix a small amount of clean wood ash from untreated wood into water and stir it. Let the heavy particles settle, then use only the diluted liquid. Never use ash from painted wood, charcoal briquettes with additives, plastic, trash, or treated lumber. You have to apply it to moist soil and not dry. Do not pour it directly on stems or leaves, and do not use it every week. This is a targeted correction, not a regular drink. If you are growing in containers, be even more careful. A small pot has limited soil, so any strong amendments affect it faster. And in the ground, the soil can buffer small mistakes, but in a container, a mistake can hit the root quickly. This is why wood ash concentrate should be used slightly, especially for potted peppers, tomatoes, or flowering plants. The next fertilizer is completely different though. It is not mainly about minerals or pH. It is one of the fastest natural ways to wake up pale, weak, leafy growth. But if you use it at the wrong stage, it can give you big leaves and disappointing fruits. Now, this fertilizer earns its place because it can correct one of the most visible plant problems: pale leaves, weak growth, and slow production of new foliage. You see, when a plant is hungry for nitrogen, it often looks thin, tired, and unable to push fresh leaves with strength. What makes this fertilizer special is how quickly it can support leafy growth when the plant is actively growing. Nitrogen is closely tied to leaf production, plant color, and vegetative strength. When the plants need that push, this option can show visible improvements faster than many slow-release natural amendments. Fish emulsion supplies readily available nitrogen along with trace nutrients, making it useful for young plants and leafy vegetables. For example, if you are growing leafy vegetables like lettuce, cabbage, or spinach, nitrogen is very important because you are harvesting leaves. But if you are growing tomatoes or peppers and the plant is already big and green, too much fish emulsion can delay the shift into flowers and fruits. That same fertilizer can be excellent in one stage and wrong in another stage. But this is where many gardeners get it wrong. Fish emulsion is not the best choice when the plant is already overloaded with leaves but not flowering. If you give too much nitrogen at the wrong time, you may get big green growth with poor fruiting. So you have to use fish emulsion for young plants, leafy vegetables, transplants recovering from stress, and plants that clearly need nitrogen boost. Dilute it massively before applying because stronger is not better. Now the next option is manure tea. You see, some plants are not failing because they need one special nutrient. They are failing because they are hungry overall. Heavy feeding crops like tomatoes, peppers, maize, cabbage, okra, bananas, and leafy vegetables are constantly building new tissues. They need nitrogen for leaves, phosphorus for roots and energy movement, potassium for strength and fruiting, and smaller minerals that keep growth balanced. This is why manure earns its place on the list. A good aged manure can be turned into a liquid and it becomes incredibly fast acting. However, there is something growers don't know about manure. You see, dry or solid manure can take time to release nutrients, and the plant may benefit from it eventually, but if the plant is already showing weak growth, waiting for solid manure to break down may be too slow. And so turning it into a liquid helps extract parts of the available nutrients into water, so you can deliver a lighter, faster feed directly into the root zone. To make manure tea, you have to use only well-aged or composted manure. Do not use fresh, hot manure. Fresh manure can be too concentrated, or it can burn roots, or it may carry harmful organisms. Place the aged manure inside a sack, cloth bag, or any breathable container. Then suspend it in a bucket of water like a tea bag. Let it steep for 1 or 3 days, stirring occasionally, and the water will turn brown as the nutrients and fine organic particles move into the water. After steeping, remove the sack and dilute the liquid until it looks like weak tea. If the liquid is dark, thick, or has harsh smell, dilute it more. If it smells rotten, do not use it at all. Pour it around the base of the plant where the feeding roots are. And for vegetables that are eaten raw, avoid touching the edible parts. The goal is to feed the root zone, not contaminate the leaves. And the best way to apply it is to water the soil lightly first, then apply the diluted manure tea, then water lightly again if needed. This will prevent the root from receiving a strong shock and help carry nutrients evenly through the root zone. Use it when plants are actively growing, especially when they are pale, slow, or feeding heavily, but do not keep pouring it every few days. Apply, wait, and watch the new growth. The last fertilizer on my list though is my favorite, and you will see why in a minute. When a plant begins flowering or fruiting, it needs support for blooms, fruit set, stem strength, water movement, and overall resilience. Banana peels contain potassium along with smaller amount of phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, and other minerals. And this means the banana peels you throw away every single day is literally the only micronutrient fertilizer you need. But you cannot bury a bunch of peels around your crops and hope that it will work. You have to chop the peels and soak them in water. This will pull the soluble nutrients into the liquid, and that liquid can then be applied around the root zone where the moisture will carry nutrients closer to the feeding roots. This way, the plant can absorb it immediately and start blooming. Now, this is how you make it step by step. First, you have to chop the banana peels into smaller pieces so more surface area touches the water. Then put the pieces into a container, cover them with clean water, and let them soak for 2 to 3 days. Stir once a day if possible, and after soaking, strain the liquid and use the extract around the base of your plants. A useful way to think about banana peel extract is this: do not use it when the plant is begging for leaves. Use it when the plant is preparing to produce. Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, okra, flowering ornamentals, and fruiting plants can benefit most when they are moving from leaf growth into flowering and fruiting. Now, if you remember only one thing from this video, remember this: you have to match the fertilizer to the plant stage. Do not use every fertilizer at once. If the soil is weak, start with compost tea. If the plant needs leafy growth, use fish emulsion or a weak manure tea. If it is fruiting, support it with banana peel extract or carefully diluted wood ash concentrate. If this helped you understand how you feed your plants naturally and safely, subscribe to the channel for more practical guides that help you grow healthier crops with simple methods that actually work.